today's paper had a lot of news, not any good editorial, but news काफी ज़्यादा है, काफी अच्छे थे, तो we'll take a look at those. First news goes, no internet yet at Delhi border, say protesters. Now, if you remember, the government has curbed the internet को बंद कर दिया था at these protest sites after the 26th January incident happened. So why did they ban the internet? They said that despite the fact that Article 19 provides freedom of speech and expression, here the internet is being used to spread rumors and fake news. Fake news. Amid this, there have been reports that one or two trains might have skipped Delhi, जिनके अंदर farmers थे. पंजाब से trains आ रही थी. They did not stop at Delhi. They moved forward. Railway said there are logistical challenges and everything. So that's what they said. And farmers को इस तरीके से दिल्ली में आने से रोका जा रहा है. And thereafter, the internet is also being banned so that no mass mobilization can take place again. Also, police has put strong barricades at Gazipur border and the likewise. इन सारे इलाकों में बैरिकेडिंग काफी हाई कर दी है बिकॉज नाउ वी कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू हैव अनदर इंसिडेंट जस्ट लाइक द वन which was held in on 26th of January. Now, government, when it wants to curb the internet, uses generally one of the two laws that are prevailing. For example, it can use Section 144. Section 144 बोलता है कि कोई भी 2-3 लोग से ज्यादा की असेंबली नहीं हो सकती है, and in that government has the power to go ahead and control and curb the internet, phone services and all. बट उससे भी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है टेलीग्राफ एक्ट. इंडियन टेलीग्राफ एक्ट 1885, दैट इज द वन दैट इज मेजरली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कर्बिंग द इंटरनेट एक्सेस एंड एवरीथिंग. Apart from that, there have been temporary suspension of telecom services rules या फिर public safety rules जिन्हें बोलते हैं. Those are also being used for the purpose of curbing the internet. Now these rules are actually the rules related to this said act जो मैंने बताया था आपको भी, टेलीग्राफ एक्ट. उसी के अंडर ये रूल्स बनाए हुए हैं. Now, आपके दिमाग में एक चीज आ सकती है that in India we have completely stopped telegraph. This service was stopped somewhere around 2014-15. So 14-15 में इसे बंद कर दिया गया था टेलीग्राम. These are no longer being used. Then why do we have an act? So what happened was telegraph used to be one of the primary modes of communication. तो 1880s के टाइम पे it was the primary means of communication. And you remember 1857 में हमारे पास क्या हुआ था? रिवॉल्ट हुआ था. One of the reasons why revolt was successfully curbed was because the protesters, or let's say the militants, did not have access to any kind of modern communication technology, wherein the British people were able to talk to each other through telegrams. They used to send telegraphs to each other, and with that, easy access of information was available. बहुत आसानी से जो थी इंफॉर्मेशन एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट तक मूव करी जा सकती थी. All of this led to a very strong curb over the 1857 वाला हमारा जो रिवॉल्ट था, जिसको ब्रिटिश पीपल प्रेफर कॉलिंग इट अ म्यूटनी, बट इट वाज एक्चुअली अ रिवॉल्ट. Now, you can see the kind of impact internet can have on any kind of law and order situation. So government is trying to curtail the internet, and this is going to have serious repercussions on Article 19. But the point is that just because one event happened, does it give the right to the government to freely curb the internet of all the farmers who are living in Haryana, Punjab, and who are present at the protesting sites? I mean, if you really wanted to cut the internet, you should have done that on the morning of the 26th when this rally was about to happen, or maybe you could have done it when the violence began, but it did not happen. It happened only in the later part of that day. And thereafter, when these people came back to the Ghazipur site, the internet ban was never lifted. Punjab and Haryana have seen many villages are there where there is no internet connectivity at all. This is seriously against Article 19 and should not have been followed in the manner and spirit in the way in which the current government is pursuing it. Although an internet ban is required often to curb the riots or to protect any law and order situation from happening, but end of the day, you should understand that these are just farmers. They are our own countrymen, and if they are having any grievances, the least they want now is that you curb their voices completely. In case any violence erupts, you should take any definite action. But internet curbing for indefinite time is not something which should be a solution to any problem. Next, we'll talk about government notice to Twitter on farmers genocide hashtag. Now, Twitter is a company, and Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay, we'll talk about all of them. What happened was recently you might have seen that Twitter had banned Donald Trump's account. and there were many people who came out supporting this decision of the Twitter, many who came out against. But you have to understand this one thing. This was a very bad decision in spirit. Bad decision. Now, why was it bad? Understand, Twitter is a private entity which is profit oriented. Okay, it's not a charity. It's a profit oriented company. And what did it do? It tried to mute a Republican leader. Why? If see, Donald Trump was saying the same thing since last 4 years. Why did you not say anything against him? Because he was the president. The moment he goes out of power, you start muting him up. That is not the kind of leadership which we are looking forward in the world. These data companies or these communication companies have become a hegemon, or let's say a monarch when it comes to communication between people. So मोनोपोली इनकी एस्टैब्लिश हो गई, एक तरीके से मोनार्कीज एस्टैब्लिश्ड है बड़े बड़े. व्हाई डू आई कॉल देम मोनार्की? बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव एनी सेट ऑफ रूल्स. देयर इज नो सेट ऑफ रूल्स डिफाइनिंग कि किस तरीके से हाउ दे विल म्यूट समबडी. To Twitter, whenever we say that you need to accept the responsibility for the actions of your own people who are using Twitter, जब हम ट्विटर को बोलते हैं, जब हम फेसबुक को बोलते हैं या व्हाट्सएप को बोलते हैं, तो these companies come with a rationale that we are merely an intermediary. We are merely an intermediary, and we do not have anything to do or to say with the kind of data that flows through our platforms. We cannot really do anything about it. And when we say that you should mute certain protesters, what they say is that that will be against their right of expression. Now, why should anybody's right of expression be different from another person's? I mean, Donald Trump has the same kind of rights, right? So if you are either banning a political leader, you should be ready to take on other requests also. Either you can be in the situation of being an intermediary or you can be a regulator. You cannot have both the positions. Imagine if RBI opens its own bank case tomorrow. Okay, RBI is the regulator and RBI is also the bank. In that case, there is a conflict of interest. Twitter, Facebook, and WhatsApp are doing exactly the same. On one hand, they say that we are just the intermediaries. We are only providing the services to the people. On the other hand, they take it upon themselves to protect the rights of the people. This is not something which is expected, and these companies should be held accountable. There's to be set a guideline. I mean, if in my country all my rights are not protected otherwise, what difference does it make to have rights on Twitter, Facebook, and WhatsApp? So realize this: the country's government is the only one who's authorized by the people to decide for the people. People are deciding that this is the government we choose, but we have no say in choosing the executives of Twitter, Facebook, and WhatsApp. So that is where you should understand that despite the fact that these companies often showcase themselves as flag bearers of corporate governance, they are not. They are entities with profit motive and only profit as the motive. So they cannot be made bearers of rights. ठीक है, ये राइट्स का झंडा लेके घूमने वाले नहीं बन सकते. This is what you have to understand, and government control over these companies has to be strict. Next point, Bihar government won't hire protesters. Now, what happened as recently is that Bihar government has said any protester that becomes a part of violent protest will not be hired. ऐसा कोई भी आदमी जिसके ऊपर चार्ज शीट बन जाती है. Now, there are two rationale behind it, and I would really not like to make comment about if this decision is right or not. So, first direction says, let's say you are a firm owner. You own a firm, and in that firm, somebody comes, damages your shop. He damages the products that you have. He beats you. You have put two people to protect your shop. He beats them also. Okay. And he comes with 15, 20 people. So he comes and beats you up real bad. In that situation, let's say the person next day applies for a job at your shop. Would you give him the job? The same guy who just came and rammed your shop up yesterday, would you be giving him a job now today? I think no sane firm would be doing this. So going by this logic, the decision of the Bihar government is absolutely right. There is no problem in that. But let's come on to the other side. The government is socialist and welfare oriented by definition. Socialist and welfare oriented. We expect that the government will pardon anybody for doing anything if it is simply against the government and if nobody was injured in that. Okay, so understand this one simple thing, that it goes against this principle but follows the lines of this principle. It's up to our own individual wisdom which side do we want to take. I wouldn't really want to uh, give you any opinion on this one because it's fairly biased. You can choose whatever you feel like. Next point is US extends New START nuclear treaty with Russia. New START nuclear treaty with Russia के बारे में बात करी जाए तो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ने अभी रिसेंटली इसको एक्सटेंड कर दिया. अंडर डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प यूएसए ने एक पॉइंट रेज किया था दैट यूएसए इज रिड्यूसिंग इट्स आर्म्स. रशिया is saying that it is reducing its arms, but in reality, it is testing newer weapons. This was the argument presented by Mr. Donald Trump. And he said then that this treaty, New START treaty, it is not covering countries like China who have a mega arsenal of weapons. So that is why he said that we will also not comply with anything, and he pulled out of the New START treaty. Now, START treaty hai kya? Strategic Arm Reduction Treaty came into being in 1991. Then START 1 thi hai. START 2 was expected to begin, but it never began. Okay, START 2, START 3, they were expected to begin, but they never began. So since it was coming to elapse in 2009, so that is why in 2009 we signed another one, that was New START. New START treaty was signed in 2010. This elapsed in 2009. So 2010 में हमने नई treaty sign करी. This was to end on 5th of February 2021. So आज खत्म हो जाती है. 5th of February मतलब 4th की रात से ये बंद हो जाती है treaty. This would be over. ठीक है. So on 3rd they signed it again. So New START will continue, and there is a maximum permissible time of 5 years. That 5 years at a time पे इसे extend किया जा सकता है. So USA as well as Russia both have signed the treaty and have extended New START treaty by another 5 years. So this is a very good treaty and it will continue. इसमें gradually अपने arsenal को reduce करती हैं ये countries. ठीक है. अगले पॉइंट पे आते हैं. Jail inmates get facilities for a price, says report. Now there has been a report on Bangalore Central Prison. इसके अंडर ये पता लगा है कि people if they want to purchase even cigarettes, if they want to purchase any other thing, non-vegetarian dishes, liquor, all these things can be purchased from outside. You just have to pay a premium price. Premium price. Now this problem is very small because it happens in all the jails. Okay, this happens in all the jails. But understand it from this perspective. And all the jails, I mean globally all the jails. But you have to understand it from this perspective. The sole reason why we have put somebody in prison is because we want them to reform. And what they're learning instead from the prison is corruption. By paying a premium price to get all these facilities is corruption, actually. So ये पहले बुरे थे, हमने इन्हें बहुत बुरा बना दिया. They were bad already, we made them very bad by putting them in prison. And the conditions in the prison are not conducive enough. For example, you must have seen these web series these days that come wherein they show you the real conditions inside the prison. Conditions are so pathetic that nobody really wants to be in a prison. I mean, actually nobody wants to be in the prison, but those who are there, they just feel that they should escape someday. Even the inmates' family members don't want to meet them. Because in India, it's a very big social stigma if somebody is incarcerated. So what we tend to do is there are many people whose family members never paid them a visit even once in their 15 or 20 years of sentence. So these people often tend to rely on the things outside. And these cigarettes, liquor, they can be easily dealt with if we provide right kind of counseling services in jail, which are virtually absent everywhere in the country. So counseling services are also something which have to be provided to these people. And then prison governance has to be reformed. Why do I say that prison governance has to be reformed, and why is the government not doing anything about it? There is a simple reason. Prisoners cannot vote. And since they are not a part of the vote bank, no politician has the audacity to go ahead and talk about prison reforms. Not even the Home Ministry, not even the Ministry of Social Empowerment or any other ministry takes care of these people. So they are considered a blot on the society. So they're just left to rot like that. Nobody takes care about the prisoners. So there has to be an extensive approach in which we try to not just underburden or let's say reduce the burden of our jails, but we have to reform the prisoners that are present inside. That would require a slew of reforms, starting from the prison administrative officials. Now, prison administrative officials, what is their duty? The duty is to maintain everything about these prisoners. But you would be shocked to know that still much of the work is done in Persian in jails. ठीक है, अगर आप पढ़ोगे आपको पल्ले नहीं पड़ेगा कि किस भाषा में बात हुई है वहां पे. Often the court has directed that major jails should start functioning in Hindi and English, and the government has started making a switch. But still, much of the work is done in Persian. Persian Urdu का mix जो होता है उसमें वो लोग लिखते हैं कुछ कुछ. I once tried to read a prison diary, and trust me, it was like hell. I just read first 3-4 lines and just could not make anything out of it. Then the other person said that, see, इसका मतलब होता है that we came, we checked the prisoner, he was fine, we gave him food, and then we went. And that language, I know what absurd language it appeared like. Okay, so nobody in India speaks these languages, and we have to understand that prison work should be in English, or English, and besides that, in a regional language. Maybe if a person is in Tamil Nadu, Tamil would be the preferred language, Andhra, Telugu. Accordingly, from place to place, the language must vary, because that's the language which local social activists can read. And only social activists, when they are able to visit the prison, when they are able to read those books, will be able to understand the real situation of the prisons. So that has to be done. Apart from that, we need to really reduce the number of under trials that are present in our courts. Under trials. Almost half of our prisoners are under trials. In fact, charges have not been proven upon them, and they are just in there. Okay, so that has to be done away with. We can do that by creating fast track courts. In India, what happens is, even if somebody has conducted a theft, we would not grant them bail. We would just put them in the jail and thereafter keep trying them. This habit has to go. Okay. Let's come on to the next news. Supreme Court refuses to intervene in conversion law. Supreme Court has not refused. The headline is a little bit, I would say, misaligning. Instead, what court has said that it would like to hear what high courts have to say. So Supreme Court has said that first go to the high courts. Once they have given their opinion, if that is something you don't agree with, then come to us. So Supreme Court is actually playing a little bit safe in this case. That if high courts do a wrong judgment, only in that case it should come to Supreme Court. It's like passing the baton, and that's actually good. That's actually very good, because Supreme Court is now believing on High Court. There is an unnecessary trend nowadays in the media, because it's very fashionable that everybody simply walks up to the Supreme Court without realizing that it's the biggest court in India. And if you go there, there is no further court of appeal. Okay, so Supreme Court is just doing what it has to do in the right dimension. First, you have to go to the High Court, and then you can go to the Supreme Court. Okay, nothing more than that. Next point is plea seeks probe into the role of RBI officials in bank scams. So अपने सुब्रमण्यम स्वामी जी ने ये plea file करी है यहाँ पे that RBI is, इन्होंने एक term use किया है alter ego. Alter ego मतलब होता है exact replica of myself, somebody who I feel that the person is just a copy of myself. So alter ego is that kind of person. Okay, so RBI is an alter ego of the bank's board, bank management, or to be precise. जब ये बोला इन्होंने, so that means if there is a scam in which bank management is involved, then RBI is also involved, because RBI's role is to monitor, to regulate, to supervise, audit, and direct the functioning of banking companies in the country. In that case, if a banking company fails or there is a scam which is unearthed, you cannot say that RBI was not aware about it. In RBI also, somebody has to take responsibility for these all the problems, because every year these banks keep sending their audit reports to the RBI. And if RBI did not find any problem with the audit report, that could mean only two things. One of the two things. First, the auditor that conducted this audit, he was at fault, the auditor, and somebody in the RBI went banana, matlab corrupt tha. So either there can be corruption in the RBI or the audit firm. In either case, RBI had to take an action which was never taken. So this is where you have to understand that this plea is actually trying to fix responsibility on the RBI. Still, it's in its preliminary stage. So if a development happens, if the court gives any kind of verdict, I'll let you know. But apart from that, this is the entire thing you have to know. बीच में बहुत सारे laws, acts लिखे हुए हैं, just ignore them. ठीक है? Next point is India face comments by celebrities. Yesterday, one of you asked that what do I think about these celebrities making the statements. The point is everybody wants to make statements these days. ठीक है, चाहे वो रिहाना हो. इनमें एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग कैंडिडेट भी है, which unfortunately is not Mia Khalifa. ठीक है, there is this candidate called as Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg ने एक ट्वीट किया in which she gave a document, and that document how 26 January was planned. ठीक है, 26 January was planned on a global stage. How did it happen? Later on, she retracted that tweet, but many people had already downloaded the document and they have already highlighted the various parts of this document that could have been questioned. Now, understand this is very bad because Greta Thunberg we know is a PR stunter. She see no 10-year child in the world cares about the climate. Dot. There is no question about it. If she is doing it, it's only because her parents are rich and they have a good PR agency. That is why she is able to do it. Otherwise, do you really think when you were 10-year-old, you would care about what is happening at COP21? I mean, when I was 10-year kid, all I was concerned about was यार 2 रुपए मिल जाते तो कहीं वीडियो गेम खेलने को मिल जाता. ठीक है, वो टेकन 3 खेलता था मैं जाके वहां पे 2-2 रुपए में. That was only thing that I was concerned about. She's one of the children whose parents have a very smart PR agency and have been able to get good money out of it, and that is why she's put in the highlights. Although some points what she says are absolutely right about climate change and everything, but understand it from this perspective. Sitting in European Union, which is already developed, you can easily question the development of Asia and Africa. Okay, live in these countries and thereafter talk to me about it. It is just like Malala Yousafzai, who now refuses to return to Pakistan and yet says that Pakistan is a heaven. I mean, you should understand that she was shot there. She is afraid of going back, and yet she says that Pakistan is heaven. Yeah, it is heaven. If you go there, you die. That's direct heaven. Similarly, Greta Thunberg. You're sitting in European Union, it's very nice. You can simply say good things about the climate. You can say that everything is available. But go to Asia and Africa. These countries are still struggling to put bread onto the plates of people. You cannot tell them that climate change is becoming a reality. If you want to do that, European Union and United States have to take the responsibility for the climate deterioration which has happened because of historical responsibilities of these countries. And to a larger extent, European Union is the only one that is responsible for the global poverty, because these were the imperial powers who kept on sucking the blood out of all the other countries. So understand all these things which are happening globally, all are publicity stunt, PR stunts, nothing more than that. Anybody whose shop is not running fine is simply coming out. For example, I mean, what was the last time when you heard Rihanna's song? What was the मतलब चलो इसको तो छोड़ ही देते. Then Greta Thunberg पे आ जाते. What was the last time when you heard her doing something great? I mean, nothing, right? So next point आ जाता है police to ascertain location of over 9,000 phone users. 9,000 phone users are being traced, and how is this being done? Because registered in Haryana, Punjab, and Uttar Pradesh, these numbers were active at Red Fort and ITO on the day of riots. Now this is how they are targeting. If you remember last year, there was a case, a girl from UP who was studying in California had come, और यहाँ आने के बाद में क्या हुआ, उसको ईव टीजर्स ने बाइक उसके आगे पीछे दौड़ाई, जिसके बाद में she met an accident and she passed away, unfortunately. So what did the government do? Government actually found contact numbers of around 9,000 Royal Enfield owners. ठीक है, हम में से जिस जिसके पास रॉयल एनफील्ड है आसपास के इलाके में, सबको लगा होगा कि मेरा नंबर भी ट्रेस हो रहा है. Then they saw that which phone numbers were in the vicinity of the accident area. वहां के टावर्स की रेंज में कौन कौन से नंबर्स थे. That's how they pinned down onto those people. A few 15-20 people were highlighted. Out of those 15-20 people, 3 people were caught, and later on they were prosecuted also. This is how they pinned down upon these culprits. Now, this is exactly what is going to happen on this. If your number is registered from these 3 places, and if you were at Red Fort and ITO, it's possible that you might receive a notice from the government. Okay. Second, can the government do it? Isn't it an infringement of right to privacy of the people? See, right to privacy is there, but there is also something called as a test of proportionality, which Supreme Court has given. ठीक है? What does it say? That आप किसी की भी privacy को infringe कर सकते हो, given that there is a law about it, there is a scope of it, and then there is a remedy. ये 3 चीजें अगर वहां पे मिल रही हैं, तो आप बड़े आराम से किसी की भी privacy को infringe कर सकते हो. मतलब क्या हुआ? Law का, that if there is a law that is allowing the police to do so. स्कोप मतलब देयर शुड बी अ लिमिटेड स्कोप कि ओनली दीज पीपल विल बी टारगेटेड. एंड रेमेडी मतलब ठीक है, एक बार आपने देख लिया तो उसके बाद में यू हैव टू रिट्रैक्ट आल्सो. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप परपेचुअली वो डेटा अपने पास रखोगे एंड यू विल कीप डूइंग व्हाटएवर यू फील लाइक. ओके, सो दैट्स ऑल अबाउट इट. नेक्स्ट इज श्रीलंका's ECT move unilateral, says Japan. नाउ इंडिया जापान, यू नो, ये दोनों कंट्रीज ऐसे हैं जिनका टाई अप था एक तीसरे कंट्री के साथ जिसका नाम है श्रीलंका. और इन्होंने बनाना क्या चाहा? एक ईस्ट कोस्ट टर्मिनल. बट श्रीलंका बोला, श्रीलंका के अंदर जो ट्रेड यूनियंस है अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ चाइना, दे अपोज दिस मूव. So Sri Lanka said that let us develop ECT, you develop WCT, and it's uncertain whether we will get WCT. WCT is West Coast Terminal. So India and Japan both are infuriated by this move. They said that this is a unilateral move of Sri Lanka and they do not like it. Okay, as simple as that. So this is where the problem has begun. Now India and Japan, they will try to force Sri Lanka to agree to the what was previously sanctioned ECT. But again, it's a development still happening, so we'll keep you updated on that. Again, a similar situation wherein Delhi High Court has asked WhatsApp about its privacy laws. It is said that there has been a plea in WhatsApp. So prima facie, Delhi High Court had said that, see, WhatsApp is a private entity. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. As simple as that. We cannot force WhatsApp to change its privacy policy simply because you want to use it and you do not agree with their terms. But then there is another rationale to it. WhatsApp is one of the most commonly used communications platform. Okay. When a company becomes so common in our lives, we really cannot say that it's a private entity with a profit motive so we can allow it to do whatever it wants to. We have to pin their responsibility. See, right now, Google has become the only sole search engine that is being used by the people to such a great extent. In this case, if Google's policies are not conforming with the privacy standards, we really cannot allow Google to function because Google has become a giant in our lives. Same is the case with WhatsApp. WhatsApp has become a giant in our lives. And you must have seen that some people have said that move to Signal or move to Telegram. Okay. But understand, not everybody uses Signal and Telegram. The way Telegram functions, I mean, if your parents are using, half the time you'll be concerned that यार पापा कहीं ऐसा ना हो कोई मैसेज करके उनसे कुछ डेटा निकाल ले. Because on Telegram there is nothing that could restrict people from contacting you, which is a very good case with WhatsApp. एंड रही बात सिग्नल की, तो सिग्नल ज्यादा लोग यूज नहीं करते इंडिया में, नॉट टू मेनी पीपल यूज इट. सो यूजर फ्रेंड, मतलब यहाँ पे तो कोई मतलब ही नहीं हुआ सिग्नल डालने का. एंड ऑफ द डे, इफ यू आर यूजिंग व्हाट्सएप, द बेस्ट वे इज टू कीप यूजिंग व्हाट्सएप. बट व्हाट्सएप हैज टू ensure that its privacy policies do not become predatory. कि अब just because they have got the monopoly or let's say hegemony in the market, now they can change their policies accordingly. So this should never happen. So the court is going to look at these points. सबसे पहला कि should they roll back their privacy policy, or they must provide an option to everybody who's using WhatsApp that they can opt out of this new privacy policy. And those users who have created the account before, they should be given an opportunity to continue with the same privacy policy that existed. And all that is still in question. But you should remember that currently the matter is sub judice, and we'll see what happens onto it in the coming few days. Then there's a very small news. You must be aware that cement is a very big pollutant. So NGT has directed railways, Northern Railway को बोला है that you cannot openly go ahead and start putting cement onto your platform. क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ पे जो cargo trains होती हैं, cargo trains के through cement is transported. Now, when these trains reach their destination, they simply unload them, and offload करने के बाद में वहाँ पे बहुत dust इकट्ठा हो जाता है. So that creates lung diseases, okay, respiratory problems इससे बहुत develop होती हैं. So NGT has told these people that you have to build a warehouse where you can put these cement bags. You cannot simply put them out in the open. ठीक है? So यही एक बोला गया है यहाँ पे. Next point is military junta to probe poll. So military junta simply junta government का मतलब होता है it is just a military government. ठीक है? Military government होती है, and it is more common in Southeast Asia. Right now which country we are talking about? Myanmar. So Myanmar में ये military junta जो है, this will be probing the role of government in the elections that were held last year. And Aung San Suu Kyi के ऊपर भी trial चलाया जाएगा. 2 weeks के लिए she has been reprimanded, and military is going to conduct a military trial of the person. Let's see what happens in the coming few days, but it will be really a major trouble. It will really be a major trouble if military goes on to prosecute civilian leaders, because then this is clearly a dictatorship. All right. Next point is government data on doctors' death is incorrect, IMA says. So in Rajya Sabha, government said that around 162 doctors have died, but IMA is saying that 734 doctors have died of COVID, out of which around 25 doctors were below 35 years of age. Now, this data is in stark contrast with the other one. And so far, whenever you are concerned, you have to stick with the government data in your exams and everything. So although I'm not sure if they'll ever ask you this question that how many doctors died, but the question that they can ask you is that maybe there is in SA there is a in uncertainty in the data collected by the government, and people do not have faith on it. Comment इस type का एक essay दे दिया. So you must have seen that anytime government comes up with any data, people are really not happy about it because the government's data is very questionable at times, right? जैसे ग्रोथ के डेटा को लास्ट ईयर चेंज किया गया था, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट के डेटा को चेंज किया गया था. Now COVID numbers are being played around with. And see, this is something which I have heard from somebody very I would say, क्या बोल सकते हैं, reliable, that government simply is refraining from testing people. If you're fine, you are not to be tested. Only in cases when you have some serious issues and you cannot really continue without being hospitalized, is the government going forward with the testing. That's how numbers are being pulled down. But then I believe this must be happening throughout the world, and Indian government is not doing anything new because people panic. And COVID was not such a major disease that it became just because of the panic it caused among the people. So I don't know what is the right way to say it, but then all the data is presented with political convenience only. Whenever the political convenience is not found, the data is not presented. So leaving that point aside, you should understand that in essay, if any such question comes, you have to give a very balanced outcome, a very balanced report. But in the end, you have to always be progressive. Always. वहां पे ये नहीं है कि तुमने बीच में छोड़ दिया, मेरी तरह जैसे मैं फैक्ट दे के बिना ओपिनियन दिए छोड़ रहा हूँ आज. ये मत करना तुम लोग. वहां पे you have to give a progressive opinion that moving forward we have to ensure that data becomes reliable. We can integrate blockchain technology and whatnot to improve the efficiency of data collection. ठीक है, इस टाइप की चीजें करो, वो तुम्हें देना पड़ेगा अपना ओपिनियन, बिकॉज एज एन ऑफिसर यू आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू रिमार्क. Next is legislature panels have the power to summon witnesses. Now let's connect it with the same Twitter वाला news. ठीक है, remember मैंने बोला था कि जैसे इनके ऊपर आंच आती है, these platforms end up saying that we are just intermediaries, we don't have any role. Intermediaries and we have no role. But understand, when riots happened in Delhi, there is another company, Facebook. इसके officials refused to comply with the government orders. Government said that you should ban these accounts. They did not. When they did not ban, these accounts caused ruckus and which led to riots. ठीक है. Now Facebook की वजह से जब cooperation नहीं हुआ, तो now Delhi government की जो legislature है, Delhi Assembly, it has called Facebook officials. Now Facebook officials are claiming that we need to have a right to silence. Right to silence. And we will not speak in front of any assembly. Realize one thing. You are not a personal criminal. Not a personal criminal as in you have not murdered anybody. It is just your platform that has led to this. Second thing, your platform is widely being used. You have crores of Indian users, and you have the potential of influencing their lives. Influencing their lives. It is the same government that has permitted to conduct your business. You have taken a permission from the government. ठीक है, आपने permission लिया है. Now when the government is, और government ने permission भी इसीलिए दी थी कि you will not create any trouble. But now that you have created troubles, government is asking for your clarification on the matter. In this case, you are refusing to respond, saying that I have a right to silence. Then government can also say, if you have a right to silence, we'll hold everything against you, we'll pin everything down upon you, and we'll curb your business. We'll shut down Facebook. And that's a possibility. It might happen if they refuse to comply. And I think the Supreme Court will realize that these Twitter and Facebook, they're public entities by their nature of work, not by their ownership, but by the nature of their work, they're public entities. They have to be accountable for whatever happens through their platforms. So again, since this is a matter sub judice, let's wait for the judicial pronouncement on that. Much of the news are just like that. We have to wait for judicial pronouncements. Now, Hull gets contract for 83 LCAs in 48,000 crore deal. Delivery will happen in 8 years for these. ठीक है, 8 साल के अंदर होगी. Just know that HAL is manufacturing these LCAs, light combat aircrafts, और Tejas, जिन्हें आप जानते हो, Tejas MK1A. Okay. Apart from that, there are many more programs underway. And if you want to know, Aero India is right now underway. You can read the details about it. Aero India के shorts मिलते रहते हैं हर जगह. You'll come to know about the military modernization as well as aircraft capabilities of India. Now, India is also moving forward with purchasing 150 approximately 140 something aircrafts, and that would also be advanced multi-role combat aircraft. AMCA की deal होगी. So I am expecting either of these aircrafts. Either Rafale might get it, or it might be given to some aircraft from USA. अब USA के पास variety इतनी है कि you do not know कि if it will go to 18, 15 or what. But third point पे आ जाओ तो there is another one. Sweden का है Gripen E. These three are strong contenders in this one. I don't think we'll go for Russian MiGs this time. MiGs के या Sukhoi के किसी और variant पे जाएंगे. That's something I don't think is possible this time. Next is try regulation. हाई कोर्ट ने बड़े अच्छे तरीके से टेलीकॉम्स को या टेलकोस को बोला है, टेलीकॉम कंपनीज को, टेलकोस को, that you have to curb all these illicit calls coming onto people's phones. Now realize what happens. I have been getting spam calls from many numbers. Okay, spam calls. And I have tried being a good citizen. Good citizen. In this, what happens is I go to Airtel's website or maybe the app. I report that the number has called me despite the fact my number is registered on DND. Airtel said that we are investigating, and every single time, the outcome is that I provided incomplete information. Now, I have provided them the time of the call, the number by which the call came, the date on which the call came. I wrote everything. I don't know what else do they need. मेरे जमीन का कागज देखने हैं, इनको जाने कौन सी information चाहिए. So they never acted, and I think this happened around 8 to 10 times. So I decided that let's be a bad citizen. Bad citizen. Now, bad citizen has its own steps. First, when these repeated spammers they call you, आप उनको एक बार प्यार से बोलते हो कि मत करो call. When the same person calls you again, you abuse them. The person abuses you in return. ठीक है, वो पलट के आती है गाली वापस आपको, आप उसको और ज्यादा देते हो. Then there is a battle of abuses that begins between you and them. Whoever wins wins. आपको spam call आने बंद हो जाते हैं. Very simple way. Court said that this has to stop. अब चलो ये तो हम लोग के बीच की बात हुई, बट लेट्स से देयर इज एन एल्डरली पर्सन जिसको किसी ने फोन करके बोला कि माता जी आपके अकाउंट में 20,000 रुपए पड़े हुए हैं लेकिन वो ब्लॉक हो जाएंगे. अब नाउ माता जी नोज दैट दिस 20,000 रुपीज इज द ओनली मनी शी हैज फॉर नेक्स्ट 4 months or so. ओके, 4 months or so, जब उनका बेटा उन्हें दोबारा पैसे भेजेगा, तो वो डर गई एकदम से that how will I live if this money goes away from me, if this is blocked. So this guy says, on the pretext of unblocking your account, please provide me with the OTP that you have received on your number. Mataji provides the OTP, 20,000 rupees are gone. Now, Mataji, even if she tries to go and complain to the companies like Airtel and everyone, they will always say that Mataji, you have provided incomplete information, so we cannot act on the matter. Court has said that it's your responsibility that you implement the TRI guidelines strictly. And I believe that against any number, if there is even a single complaint of a spam call or let's say harassment or maybe any kind of phishing, in that case, the number should be immediately shut down and an opportunity must be given to the other person, jiska number tha, that they have to prove that why are you not a spammer, okay, and how many numbers you own and everything. And second thing, there has to be strong regulation when it comes to any kind of corporate ethics. For example, there is a company, a very leechad company called as Hathway. You take their internet connection once, they'll screw you over for entire life. I mean, they'll keep calling you for 2 years, 3 years. I have even heard a case wherein a person died. The family member of this person said that the person has died, and Hathway executive told that, तो क्या हुआ सर, आप रिचार्ज तो करा लीजिए, इंटरनेट तो अच्छा चलेगा. I mean, that is the kind of pathetic way with which these people deal with. Okay, so understand that spamming, phishing, wishing, they all keep happening over the phones with telecom companies not really taking the responsibility for their actions. Okay, so that's all the news which we had today. Now, you people, if you have any questions, please ask.